What is a leap year? A leap year is a year that has 366 days, instead of 365. But why? The Sun, our very own personal star, with 8 main satellites. Each satellite orbits around the Sun. Each satellite orbits at a different speed. It takes the Earth 365 days to complete one orbit. One orbit is also known as a common year. It is measured from the day of the solstice to the same solstice day of the following year. But we noticed that the Earth was not completing the orbit in a very precise time. Instead, the Earth was arriving about 1/4 of a day late. A full orbit will take 365.25 days. In other words, 365 days and 6 hours. Today we call this a tropical year. A tropical year is the accurate length of an orbit. A common year is 1 year on Earth, based on the 24 hours per day clock. This discrepancy was causing that every year the seasons on Earth such as winter, spring, summer, and autumn were falling out of sync with the calendar. The Roman Republican calendar. Julius Caesar reformed the old-style calendar used at the time. He implemented what it is known today as the Julian calendar. The Julian calendar was created and implemented on the year 46 BC. This calendar mimics for the most part the Egyptian solar calendar, consisting of 12 months of 30 or 31 days, with the exception of February, with 28 days. The Julian calendar added an extra day to the month of February every 4 years. It was believed that this would prevent the seasons from shifting out of sync with the calendar. Eventually, it was noticed that the seasons were shifting regardless. The problem? Too many leap years, and too often. Pope Gregory XIII implemented what we've come to know today as the Gregorian calendar. The Gregorian calendar was implemented on the year 1582. Instead of handing an extra day every 4 years, it was decided if the last 2 numbers of a year result in a whole number when divided by 4, that year would be considered a leap year. Example: the year 2022. 22 divided by 4 equals 5.5. Therefore is not a leap year. The year 2024. 24 divided by 4 equals 6. Therefore is a leap year. Also, if the number of a year is divisible by 100, it is not a leap year, unless that number is divisible by 400. Centurial years are leap years, but only if they're divisible by 400 and by 4. Example: 1600, 2000, 2024. Divisible by both 400 and by 4. They are leap years. 1700, 1800, and 2100 are not divisible by 400, therefore they are not leap years. Only 3 countries adopted the Gregorian calendar in 1582. Protestant countries and organizations refused to adopt the Gregorian calendar. They claimed that the changes were a ploy from the Catholic Church. They were right. The celebration of Easter, fundamental to the Catholic religion, was not aligning with the first day of spring any longer. That's the main reason why the Julian calendar was reformed. Today is the standard calendar use around the world for civil purposes. The Julian calendar had a discrepancy of 6 hours. The Gregorian calendar has a discrepancy of 6 seconds. For the Julian calendar, the discrepancy was obvious after 100 years. The discrepancy of the Gregorian calendar will seem obviously approximately in 4,000 years. With the reform, the civil calendar skipped 10 days. Greece, being the last country to adopt the calendar many years later, had to skip 16 days. Still today, some countries call the Gregorian calendar the New Style calendar.